Some. You want our personal testimonies from let me just.
Okay, I'll tell my personal, and then she can tell a story.
Okay.
It's short, but this, when we decided that we're doing this, and our friend was getting better, and we got the sign from God, because we work together. I was in a point in my life, like so stressed. My hair. I will bring a picture next time we're on, and you will see. At 34 years old, I think I probably look younger now than I did back then, but so stressed out, and my hair was falling out in clumps, and just so much going on in our lives. I had 2 little girls, and I got the product, got my hands on it, and once I got saturated, and we can talk about that, when the time is right. And within 1 week of being saturated, meaning my cells were all coated enough from head to toe, they were all firing on all cylinders, that stopped, and my hair grew back, and I've never had that issue again. Learned how to deal with stress a little better. But that was huge to me at 33 and 34 years old, to have to be wearing a cap all the time and not having the hair, on my head. And along with that, I started resting better, because I wasn't trying to make up everything, and learned how to deal, my body learned how to accept the stress better. So it was a huge testimony, and that's just one, for me.
I can think of one. I mean, I had great testimony that it did for me. I have MTHFR gene mutations. I don't produce energy the way that a normal person does. So I'm always dragging in energy. And the older I get, the worse it was getting. And that's why after that product went away, because that's the only time in my life I did not have the effects of that. I was able to live when we had the original product without having the effects. Well, not having it for the last 20 years, I prayed for it. I mean,
you've searched so many products.
Oh, I've searched, like, does anybody else have something close? I mean, nothing has ever even come close. So that is amazing. I had some IBS. I had some issues. And so that all went away. And so I had my own testimony. But the one that sticks out to me, we used to have the yearly, we call it Manifest. And we would go, and we would do it in the Fort Worth Stadium. And the people lined up to give their testimonies. There's no way we were ever going to get to it all. I mean, all across the floor, out into the hallway, around, the arena, like, people were waiting. But the one, and there was not a dry eye in the house on testimony night. And so I remember one lady, and she was probably in her 30s, maybe 40. And she lived in Texas, and she had been diagnosed with unhealthy proliferating cells in her brain, and rapidly proliferating. And she went down to MD Anderson, the cancer center, and given the news, get things in order. And on her way home, she told the story. She said, she had 4 kids. She said, how do you go home? She's crying her eyes out. She said, how do you go home and tell your kids, I'm not going to be there for your graduations. I'm not going to be there for your weddings. And they were still fairly little, and someone came and told her about our product,
the sugars.
And I would sit on the couch and spoon it in my mouth. So she took a lot, which your product's more powerful, so I don't think she'd have to take that much now. But and it was gone. I don't remember the time frame of how long that took, but I remember just, oh my God, thank you for giving us this, because it gives people hope. And I can get pretty passionate, when they took it public and they changed the product. I'm just afraid for those men, because I think they've got some blood on their hands.
And the product, just to be clear, that we're all compliant here, it wasn't the product that did it. It was coding the cells to the cells operating the way God intended it to be. If something comes in our body that's foreign, we can get rid of it. Nice. And when our bodies work the way we weren't, honestly, we were created to live forever. We just don't, because we don't have everything, but our bodies can heal themselves.
Nikki, let me ask you one question. Karen, I saw you came on, and we can wrap it up. Nikki, so based on what Misty just said, that she doesn't have energy, I'm not really believing that, but because I've been on calls with
Well,
her
it's
now.
like 5 since I've been on this new product.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. Nikki, have you noticed a difference in your sister in the last 3 weeks?
1,000%.
Nice.
I've got energy to live
Get
life.
off the couch.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can gauge it by how many messages she sends me throughout the day of stuff she found, because she's just, doesn't have the energy to go do anything, and now I probably haven't got a text in 2 days.
That's the answer to the question. When the sister can validate it.
Don't wait.